So hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Ballroom episode 7. I thought it was a pretty good episode, like 7 out of 10. Not the best they had so far. There's one thing that really bothered me, right? Mainly, they're doing the new heat, they're finding the competition is really good. This is Mako and Tatura teaming up, they're pairing up, right? A lot of this like relationship thing when she's like, maybe, yeah, could you, how do I look in this dress? Do you want me to be yellow or, I don't know what the color was. And he's like, is people you want, sweetie? It's like, no, tell me, okay, yellow, I want you in yellow, like that. And so that was really cute. But then it's kind of like shattered, right? And I really dislike that. That makes sense to me. When, after she had, of course, she kind of hit him with the water bottle, right? Her brother, after he insulted her. So he deserved it, absolutely. But what didn't make sense there was that Tata just stood there. So I think the episode was great, except just that scene, because that scene was like, why would you stand there? I know you don't have a girlfriend, or she's a little like a girlfriend, I guess, kind of building up that. But it's like, really, bro? He's gonna stand there? So your girl's running away crying, and you stand there like, it's your fault. It's like, if you said something like, of course, she should say something like, you know, he should say something to her brother and be like, yeah, you're whatever, blah, 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 call him some names, and then go after the girl, right? Then go after his girl. So he stands and look at him. It's like, yeah, you did this wrong, it's your fault. It's like, what? And then Shuka riots right, and it's like, you can never beat me, boy, and does that thing. And then it's like, oh, then it's sense of him for a bit more. That scene was really bad. I think that scene was just bad. It was blatantly a bad scene, because it didn't make any sense. Regardless if they're actually dating, or in love or so on, or if you see it's like a pairing, right? But a pairing that needs harmony, any normal person would be like, oh, are you okay? Yeah, and running after that person. You wouldn't, unless if she specifically said, do not follow me, I want to be alone, and so on, right? But what normally would happen is that you would like go after her, and then she might be, maybe she would say, no, I want to be alone, and then you might go back and like fight, you know, and be like, what the hell did you do to her brother and so on. That would make sense. But it was also a weird scene that he didn't even try. He's like, huh, she's crying. Like that was a really, I think it was a bad scene, no matter how you see it, because even if they're used like platonic, used a good pairing dance partners, that is still a problem for you if your dance partner is very, very emotional, you know, in depression, whatever, right? You should go after her. Like that's just weird. So that scene made no sense. That made literally no sense, and I don't think it was very consistent with Tatsura either. I mean, okay, it's a little like bad sometimes, it's social cues, true, but as we saw with Goku earlier, Goku's like commenting, you're very, very up and down with your mentality, it's really annoying, and he's very like it's more like he's bad at self-awareness but good with other people more, and he's very good at self-sacrifice himself, as she told him last week, you know, stop always thinking about others, thinking about yourself sometime. So he's very concerned about others, so he should be very much like, oh, you know, and running after her, being very nervous and so on about her well-being, just as a person. So that's very, very weird. Of course, you could argue, say, well, she told him last week to care about himself than about her, because she wanted him to be happy. Kind of weird way to say that, and was a great partner, and that could be an evolved form of that. But it doesn't really make any sense. But even if he would be selfish, say, no, I only care about myself. You're doing this tournament, so you want to win, and that's your partner leaving, so you need your partner to win. So that wouldn't even be effectively a way to care about yourself, right? So no, that scene just made no sense, and it wasn't a good scene. And it wasn't very explained either. At least after Suzuka arrived, I was like, what's up with that? And talked to her for a bit. After that, she should be like, are you just gonna leave her over there? Your girl? You're like, yeah, and you know, but that didn't happen, so I was very surprised to see them standing there, and she's like, you can never beat me. He's like, I will do it one day. I was like, okay. And then he's never left the place with that was really weird. Anyway, I just want to get it off my chest, because it actually really annoyed me. Still annoys me. I would even honestly say that's the worst scene anime ever had. Yeah, I would say that's the worst scene anime ever had, because that made no sense. Why wouldn't he run after her? It just made no sense at all. Because they could have had him run after her, and she could be like, no, I don't want to talk to you, please leave me alone, here we go back. then Suzuki would rather say, "What's up with that thing?" and then be like, "I'm gonna defeat you on in the next dance round." Like that would make sense. Yeah, still have the same story, like the story progression for her and so on. If that was important, that was weird. So anyway, except that scene, the best scene I thought was when they were both going through the quick step there. That was really good. They were both pairs running out right, and of course they crash each other. that was really weird. That's a great thing that they both had the same plan there. Oh, we don't need to do this like nice formal ritual and start when you do this thing. I'm not ignoring that. Gets the best spot, and they both doing that. That was great. And of course, the second best scene, I guess when she lost her padding. Right, she clearly padded up. And I'll say that I'm watching like, man, I wonder what Aqua would feel about this. If you ever watched Konosuba, you know, Aqua has a very she's no that stuff. And that felt so weird though, because they clearly, the other team clearly like slipped on the pads, and people were laughing and so on, and everyone else except Mako seemed to realize what's happening, and it was just like super embarrassing for her if she ever realized. But that scene was so weird too, because it felt like that should be cheating. It was really funny, but it felt like it should be cheating. It was the first heat, so I guess no one cared. It was like, if I drop something on the dance floor and you slip on it, like, no, you didn't on purpose, but still, like that, should that be like, I don't know, bad misconduct because you didn't, you know, set up your whatever dress and so on properly? So like, oh, I dropped my hair, dropped my shoe, and then you slipped on it, whatever like that. That was a weird scene, and I just like, played it over for laughs. That was interesting. It was special. And of course, at all the times doing quick steps and slow fox and so on. The best scene of that, of course, was where they were doing the Latin dance with tango, which is of course his Gandhi's speciality, and like they were both like really scared. That was nice. We see him like, oh kid, don't be so afraid all the time. And he's looking at okay, damn it, she's also afraid. I was like, they're both really afraid. Okay, this is gonna be troublesome. I was like, come on. And of course, the last scene, the mission scene, and we into that is of course we see Hodo's mother, which I'm guessing is Russian, or maybe half Russian. We talked about her. I think her mother is Russian. It's her mother. So she's either, yeah, but she's a little Russian with that. She's blonde, so yeah, Guardian. And of course she's super beautiful. And of course she's also like the greatest dancer ever. Yeah, obviously, always love dancing. Of course his mom is like this famous, super talented dancer that has won some, I don't know, whatever tournament you have right there. She has everything, she's golden everything pretty much. Of course, suddenly she appears there and has somewhat of a special personality, I guess. Somewhat, yeah. For whatever reason, you recognize Mako, so I guess Mako and Gadio are somewhat famous for the youth. It could be, of course, that she knows that they did dance, of course, with Shizuka and holding her son then when they were like 10 or so she might have seen them in children tournaments, I suppose. Children hits, that's possible as well there. She smiled when she saw Tatara. But I'm gonna guess here, so predicting for next week then, for episode 8, I'm gonna predict here that she can see it's her son, right? Because Tatara's speciality is like, you know, copycat, right? He copycats the other dancers, that's his speciality, mesmerizing, and like becoming the other ones. That is his power, right? Plus, he's happy, right? Yeah, and he's happy, and so on. That's kind of the main character. So I think she probably can see, oh, that's like a version of my son that's happy when he dances or something. Yeah, she can probably see that, like, oh, that's the one that my son sees as a rival, and it's clearly using my son's moves there. But he looks really happy though. He doesn't look very serious. He looks much more like happy. He can dance around with this girl, and yeah, and it's be nice. So you can very, I think so. And I think very most important then, just a short intermission there gives a lot. She kind of this teasing mommy, right? And she's like, oh, you go to the hospital afterward, that'll be fun and so on. So she definitely, I think, should be kind of an antagonist, right? She would go in there and be like, oh, so you're the one that, you know, blah 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 and so on, and oh, so you're this one that my so you're not my daughter-in-law anymore. You dance with Galio now, and she would definitely be a character. Sugoku, of course, is afraid of her, but I think it's very clear. She's gonna be a character who's gonna like go in there and investigate stuff right between the different characters for sure. Right? It's a very typical character, that style. But anyway, I think it was a good episode. I know I went off kind of negative there, but I do feel that thing just irritated me a lot because I was like, because it didn't make any sense. Like the natural thing would be to go after her, like regardless, even if they weren't even like partners. If like someone should go after her on other people around them, like what they do in a tournament though. But like generally, right, like if you're I don't know, not always those two people there, but if you're at a class or something and someone starts crying and runs out. And I was like, what happened? Like someone, like I would be like, should I talk to her? Like you probably try and go out like and consolidate them, right? Like that's just kind of the natural, I think, behavior many people will do, even if it's kind of confusing. And this situation where we have the main character, there seems to be, at least under the scene, that is very considerable of other people. He's a very nice guy, and so on, right? So that automatically should make him go after her just instinctively. That's why it's inconsistent with the character, right? And also, even much more than what it is his partner, it's his girl. So it's like, what? And he knows why she's angry and upset because he's there, he knows the backstory pretty much and so on, right? So he's like, why did you stand there? Why did he go and talk or at least try? Like, that's my point, like, half minute there should be him trying, and she's been like, no, leave me alone, probably, and then we go back to the Shizuka part. That would be perfectly fine, that would be a great scene. But no, it's just like, this is just so weird, like, why isn't he going after her? So anyway, see you guys next week and have a great day.